All right, here's what we're talking about today. We're going to do an album review. I should have probably picked it up before I started talking. I'll try to make this brief. I don't have a lot to say. We're going to talk about Little Queen by Heart today. Yay! So, let me start by saying Ann Wilson is probably my favorite female singer of all time. I love Heart, but Heart's one of those bands like Aerosmith, like Chicago, like I'll think of another one later after this, but like they had like Bad Company had two periods of their career. Like they had the 70s and then the 80s where everything got more polished and more hooky and more radio friendly, more pop kinda. And that's when I came into Heart, because I like the big production, the big choruses, the big harmonies, the polished sound, the Def Leppard, Bon Jovi. That's what I like. So Heart, to me, with my age and how it was, the first things I ever heard from Heart were the 80s stuff, was These Dreams and Never and Alone and Who Will You Run To? And that's Heart. I know this is terrible, I'm sorry to say it, but that's Heart to me. I know that they even hate that period of their career. But in my world, that's who Heart is. And I was aware of some of their older stuff, Barracuda, Magic Man, because it was on the radio where I grew up, the hits. But mostly the 80s Heart was the stuff that I really loved. Brigade is Brigade is my favorite Heart record. So that kind of shows you where my slant comes in on Heart. Love Heart very much. Big fan. Who's not a big fan of Heart? What musician isn't in love with Nancy Wilson? Come on, we all are, admit it. So that being said, I try to dig back and I want to listen to everything that everybody I love and respect has done, just to see what there is there. And I listened to Dreamboat Annie a few years ago. I almost said Steamboat. Dreamboat Annie a few years ago, and I liked that. It's a different flavor, of course, but I still liked it. And there was another one I listened to, but I can't remember what it is. Sorry. So anyway, this is Little Queen. So here's what I realized while listening to this album that I never realized before. And I know this is ridiculous because I'm sure all of you listening to this know this, and I didn't. I never before realized how badly Heart wanted to be Led Zeppelin. I really didn't know that because I grew up with, These Dreams Go On When It's Cold Outside. No idea how badly they wanted to be Led Zeppelin. But this album has all that acoustic kind of Led Zeppelin flavor, has the riffs like, it's Led Zeppelin worship, which is great. If you're going to worship a band, make it Led Zeppelin, make it the Beatles, make it the Who, make it, something good. That being said, it kind of left me a little cold. I liked Love Alive. Barracuda's on here, but I don't have to listen to that because I already know Barracuda. Love Alive, I liked a lot. The Sylvan song was just an instrumental, which I didn't get a lot out of. I'm sorry. It was atmospheric, but I didn't get a lot out of it. Dream of the Archer's pretty cool. Kick It Out. I understand that's like a second tier hit for them. I went and saw them live 3 years ago yesterday, actually. Don't ask me why I know that. And they played Kick It Out, and I remember not knowing what it was, but I guess that was like a minor hit for them. But I don't really care for that. Little Queen's all right, but it didn't move me a whole lot. Treat Me Well, I didn't like at all. Say Hello is pretty cool. It's just upbeat and fun and bouncy, and it is what it is. And the last bits are cool. Cry to Me and Go On Cry, that kind of melding. Pretty cool, kind of epic. I dig that. And again, Ann Wilson's vocals are amazing. But overall, I mean, it's pretty good for what it is. Again, it's 1970. What is it? 76? Where are we? I should know this. Oh, it doesn't say. Do your research, Jason. 77. So, I mean, it's definitely worth listening to because about half the songs are solid. Again, this is a time when I think a lot of records had knowingly had filler on them, I think. Not that there's a lot of that. Treat Me Well was the only thing I was like, this isn't very good. But, I mean, it's worth a listen, especially if you're into the classic Heart. Although, if you're into the classic Heart, you've probably already heard this, right? Anyway, there you go. I'm glad I listened to it. Those are my limited thoughts on Little Queen by Heart. It's female-fronted Led Zeppelin worship done pretty well. How about that? If you disagree with me, I'm sorry. I don't mean to disrespect. I love it all. All right, that's it. Those are my thoughts on this record. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll continue to review albums nobody cares about. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.